Open Design is an open-source design workspace that turns a coding model into a design engine. Instead of giving you a chat box and hoping for the best, it hands you a full design workflow that outputs real HTML and CSS you can preview, edit, and export. It's an open alternative to Claude Design. And the big thing about it is that it's Apache 2.0 licensed, runs local first on your own machine, and it's model agnostic. It means you're not locked to one company's model. You bring your own, whether that's Claude, Codex, Gemini, Quinn, OpenCode, or any OpenAI-compatible endpoint. Since you can plug in almost any model, the interesting question is which one to use, and today I'm going with Minimax M3 for free. It's a strong fit for this kind of work, and once you see how it holds a layout together across a long page. Minimax M3 came out in June, and the specs are amazing. You get a 1 million token context window, native multimodality meaning it reads text, images, and video, tool calling, structured output, and a thinking mode you can toggle on or off. The part that matters for building interfaces is not the headline number, though. It's how the model behaves over a long task. A real interface is not one pretty hero section. The model has to hold the same colors, spacing, type scale, and component shapes across a whole page without slowly drifting into random gradients and generic cards. M3 is trained on something Minimax calls sparse attention, or MSA, which lets it keep track of a long instruction set without the cost blowing up. And in practice, that shows up as consistency. On the benchmark side, the numbers are strong for the price. M3 scores about 59% on SWE Bench Pro, which is real GitHub bug fixing, and that puts it slightly ahead of GPT 5.5 and Gemini 3.1 Pro on that specific test, while sitting just under Claude Opus on the hardest agentic work. It hits around 66% on Terminal Bench and 83.5% on Browse Comp. I take vendor benchmarks with some caution, since a lot of these were run on Minimax's own setup, but even the independent scoring from artificial analysis lands it well above the average open weight model. The other headline is the model is open weight, so you can download it and run it yourself if you have the hardware, though for most people, the hosted route is easier. Now the money part, and this is where you want to pay attention. There are a few ways to run M3, and they cost very different amounts. The direct Minimax route has pay-as-you-go pricing at about 30 cents per million input tokens and $1.20 per million output, which is already a small fraction of what the big closed models charge. There's also a coding subscription with 3 tiers, Plus at $20 a month, Max at $50, and Ultra at $120, each giving you a monthly token quota that runs from roughly 1.6 billion tokens up to nearly 10 billion. Those are fine if you're doing this all day. But you don't have to pay anything to try this. Nvidia hosts M3 on their build platform with a free API endpoint, and that's the path I'm going to use for this whole video. You go to build.nvidia.com, find the Minimax M3 model, sign in, and generate an API key. That key works against an OpenAI-compatible endpoint, which is exactly what we need to plug into OpenCode and Open Design. Let me get the model wired up first. The way this works is Open Design uses a coding agent as its engine, and that agent talks to the model. I'm using OpenCode as the agent, which is a free command line tool. So in OpenCode, I point it at the Nvidia endpoint, paste in my Nvidia key, and set the model string to minimaxi/minimax-m3. That's the whole configuration. If you already have a Minimax key from their coding plan instead, you'd use their endpoint the same way. But I want to keep this free, so we're staying on Nvidia. With the model set, let's install Open Design. The easiest option is the desktop app, and that's what I recommend for most people. Go to open-design.ai, hit download, and grab the installer for your system, whether that's Mac or Windows. You can also pull the exact same files from the releases page on their GitHub, which I'll link below. When the app first opens, it runs through a short setup, and here's the nice part. Open Design scans your machine and automatically detects any coding agents you already have installed, things like Claude Code, Codex, Cursor, Gemini, or OpenCode. On the agent selection screen, I pick OpenCode, and since I already configured it to use M3 through Nvidia, the model is ready to go. I hit continue, and I'm on the home page. Time to build something. From the home screen, I start a new project, and instead of doing the usual landing page that everybody demos, I'm going to try a documentation site, which is a harder test for a model because it needs clean navigation, readable typography, and a lot of small, consistent components. For the skill, I pick Web Prototype. Then I choose a design system. Open Design includes systems modeled after products like Linear, Stripe, Versal, Notion, Apple, and plenty of others, and this is a big reason the workflow works. The design system gives the model an actual visual contract with real rules for palette, type, spacing, motion, and even things it should avoid, instead of me just typing "make it clean" and hoping. For this first test, I use a technical, developer-focused design system and give it this prompt. Build a documentation homepage for an open-source database tool called Core Store. Include a left sidebar with collapsible sections. Make it responsive and readable in both light and dark themes. I send it, and M3 works through the brief first, then Open Design streams the artifact right into the preview. When it finishes, this is the kind of result I was hoping for. The sidebar hierarchy is clear, the code blocks actually look like code with proper spacing, and the table of contents lines up with the sections. It didn't wrap every paragraph in a rounded box, and the type scale holds steady from top to bottom. That last part is exactly what long context helps with, because the model is still remembering the rules it set at the start of the page. Now let me try something completely different for the second demo. I start a new project. Pick a design system with a bit more warmth and personality, and this time I'm building a product page for a physical thing rather than software. My prompt is to create a product detail page for a premium mechanical keyboard called Type 65. Include a large product gallery on the left, a buy panel on the right with switch options, a color selector and a price, a specifications table, a section on the typing sound with a waveform graphic, and avoid a generic e-commerce template feel. I send it and wait a moment. The result here surprised me a little. It understood that a product page has a different rhythm than a docs page, so the gallery and buy panel sit side by side the way a real store would lay it out. The specs table is clean, and the sticky cart bar behaves the way I described. It's not the docs layout with the words swapped. It's a genuinely different structure, and the model kept the design system's personality across the whole thing. This is where M3 feels strongest to me. It can juggle a lot of separate requirements at once and not lose track of them, and Open Design gives those requirements a real structure to sit inside. One limitation to know about. The direct bring your own key mode is built for generating artifacts. It can't read or edit files in an existing codebase. If you want the agent to modify a real repo, you switch to the local CLI mode and let the coding agent do that part, which you can still point at M3. And the free Nvidia endpoint does have rate limits, so if you're hammering it all day, you'll eventually want a paid key. But for learning this workflow and building real layouts, the free route gets you remarkably far. That's the setup. Minimax M3 is genuinely good at long, detailed interface work, and Open Design gives it the skills, the design systems, the preview loop, and the export path to turn that into something useful. It's not magic. You still need to check responsiveness, contrast, keyboard navigation, and whether the interactions actually make sense. But an open-source design workflow where you bring your own model and keep the output as real code running on a free endpoint is one of the more interesting things you can set up right now. Let me know in the comments which layout you'd want to build with this. If this helped, a thumbs up and a subscribe means a lot, and I'll see you in the next one.